Hey guys, did you remember the last video about English grammar? And today it's a special treat for you. I'm going to do a video about English vocabulary, and I'll tell you about my journey on how to learn English vocabulary, and also some tips too. So if you are a kind of person that can't learn English vocabulary properly, like you do learn like everybody else, but you just like learn it the wrong way. So I'll tell you how to learn those properly. And guess what? You might actually know how to learn it right. And so maybe you can remember the word easily. So let's get started right into it. And by the way, I will also tell you about my journey on how to learn English vocabulary and some tips too. So the first thing is that I learned English vocabulary when I was 5 or 6 years old. And what is like the best thing when you are 5 or 6 years old, just like a young age, how can you learn all of them? I think that the best choice for you is to use flashcard. Here are some flashcards that I used when I was 5 or 6 years old. I use all of these flashcards to learn. So like when you are little, you just need to learn some basic one first. No need to learn some difficult one. So flashcard is very easy to learn. Why? And I'll show you one flashcard. The thing that I know about it. I like flashcard because it's very easy to learn. And also there was like this, this texture on how they make a flashcard. So for example, this is a flashcard and the word is carry over here. Carry. So we have like a big word to learn, which is carry. And so this is how to pronounce that word. Besides, it have the picture, the image to show that this is carry. So in here has the meaning and also what type of word is this. So carry is a verb. So I really like this. Really love this flashcard, and also like people can make many kind of flashcard as well. So this is like just one flashcard that I know. Like first I learned this first because in here there are many topics that you want to learn. Like if you want to discover about countries, then you can learn about them. Or family, yes, there is 15 topics inside. So here it's actually like the texture is quite different from this one. So it have the word heart, have the word heart, the meaning and the pronunciation over here and the picture, but it doesn't have like what type of word is this. So that I think I prefer this one more. Okay. So first is flashcard, right? The best choice for you when you are just a little girl or a little boy. The best choice for you to learn flashcard. And then if you remember all the word in the flashcard, all the basic one, that the topics in everyday life, flowers, trees, like that. Now move on, you will learn a thicker book, which is I have this kind of book. I think I bought it in the bookshop or the bookstore nearby. So here, this is a book in learning also vocabulary, English vocabulary in topics over here. Yeah, there are a lot of topics. So this book actually is quite interesting because in the first one over here, it's quite easy because there are some pictures and also they're very easy words, just like these. Just like that, like fruit or animal or the geography. And move on. Sometimes it's quite difficult about the time or about the river and the sea. So for example this, there are tons of words, right? So I think that you need to learn all these words because they're quite important. But how can you learn all of them? Somebody might ask. Well, I think that there are two ways to learn them. You can use both or you can use one of them. So the first way that I think will be very useful for you is some notes. Here I got the sticker note, really colorful, yes, sticker note. And for example, I learned the word heavy, so I'll use a pen and write heavy in this, the meaning, and also if you want on how to pronounce it and a type of word, then you can write them as well. After writing them, you will pop one and then stick it to your desk, to your study corner, because like it's very useful. Every day when you sit in the chair, I just come in my bedroom, I sit on this chair, and I can easily look at the word heavy in my study corner because it's sticky notes. And the second one that I think it's quite useful for you too is to prepare your own notebook. Here I have this like quite cute notebook. So if you have decided that you want to like try to learn English vocabulary, then you must have a notebook, any notebook that you like. So I've write like quite a few vocabulary in here about topic as well. So when you learn vocabulary and topics, it's very easy to remember. And for me, I think that I use both because I learned the word hedgehog. I write hedgehog in this, stick in my desk, and then I also write the word hedgehog in my notebook too. So when I write 2 times, I can easily remember them 2 times. Not only 1, but 2 times, right? So yes, this book is actually quite helpful. So like, I didn't ask you to buy this exact book like me, but if you find a similar one at the bookshop, then you can buy that as well, just a similar one. So this book is actually quite useful for you. And like, I also bought some books about topics too. This book is about human body, and I actually love it. All of it, food and diet, and about the brain, the tongue, all of that. There are some words which I think it's quite interesting over here. So learning English vocabulary like this is quite good, and it's quite useful as well. So here, during some text, it will have some word that is really colorful. You see the highlight word? Yes, the highlight word. These are the words that you should learn, because when the book like this, they will highlight some of the important word. That means that you should learn these words. And also when you write them in like notebook that are like this, I think that like, don't just write the words and the meaning. It's like very hard to remember. And the best thing that you can use is that some highlights pen or some colorful pen. So I think in here, I've got this highlight. You can use whatever color you like, but I think that you can use orange or green. It is very good for you to use. So I've got this highlight, and you can decorate your notebook of vocabulary as much as you can, because when you learn like that, even you can draw mind map. Yeah, mind map. Draw them, clowns. So it's very easy to remember. Not just write, because I see many people write words and the meaning, not just like that. It's very difficult to learn, because just imagine when you open a notebook and you see that many words, in the beginning it makes you like, I don't want to learn this, it's so many words. But when you decorate like that, it's easier, and you think that you can learn that easily. So yes, like I said. And if you are better now, and at the age like me, maybe you can start to learn some phrase to learn in writing or speaking, because like those phrases are really important. If you have finished all those like the basic vocabulary, the vocabulary that you should learn in everyday life in order to like speak to each other, communicate to each other, then you can start to learn some phrase too. In here, I've got this book that I often like learn some phrase from, and I think that it's very unique, and the way learning this, it is quite good for you. So for example, here's the way. I just open some random context. So here is the context. When you look at it, oh, it's Vietnamese, right? Here, I will open the beginning. Where is that? This is writing. Okay, here it is. When you look at it, you can see that this is Vietnamese. And for a while, there are some phrase word in English. So in this part, it will like tell you what that means. So learning phrase like this is really important for you for speaking and writing, both the same. So for example, this phrase, peer support. You see in this, they're all Vietnamese, and suddenly there's this peer support word. you're really curious because all the time you're reading this Vietnamese and you really want to know what peer support means. So you look at it, it's like the help from your friends. It's easy for you to remember. And you can use these phrases to write your own essay. Write your own essay, or use those phrases that you have learned to talk to other people if you're talking in that same topic. So yes, I have written like quite a few topics using the phrase that I have learned, and it's so important for you. So yes, it's like my journey on learning English vocabulary. Right now, I'm still learning these books. I'm learning it. So like everyone is the same. I have to learn vocabulary in YouTube because if you don't have like the perfect amount of vocabulary, then it's very hard and difficult for you to communicate with others. So I hope you find this video interesting, and we'll see each other in the next video.